Hello everybody, Kevin here, Raf3094, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're all going to be discussing my overall first impression on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 open beta, what I like about it, what I dislike about it, and of course, all of the concerns that I have for the uncertain future of this game. But yeah, this is probably the third time I gonna try to give up my overall thoughts and opinions on this game, because the last two end up being way too long. So I'm gonna try to get straight to the point, of what I think about this game. So without further ado, let's get this started. So for the most part, I think Modern Warfare 2 is going into the right direction for the franchise, because after what happened with Black Ops, Cold War, and Vanguard, this is definitely a huge, nice change for the whole Call of Duty franchise. Going back to Modern Warfare specifically, I think the hype train level is definitely, off the roof right now, considering people have seen the review trailer. We all played the beta, early access beta, open beta, and now everybody pretty much gotten a chance to try out the game, finally, and pretty much got a good feel how the game feels and all that stuff. So, and for me personally, I think it's going to the right direction, because this game is definitely going into a much more different direction than what COD used to be. So if you guys remember games like Insurgency, Sandstorm, Hell Let Loose, or Ground Bash, but I would say Sandstorm is probably the closest game to compare to. They're definitely going towards more to the more of the tactical shooter genre. So which means the movement speeds is a whole lot more slower. The gameplay is a lot more slower paced, even though the time to kill is freaking insane. But they're definitely trying to make you a little bit more thoughtful of what decisions you're gonna make in certain situations. Should you really go rush in that building and hopefully you can find an enemy, or should you just wait for them to come out? So the game definitely makes you feel that you're gonna have to take it a whole lot slower than what you used to from Cold War, Vanguard, and Warzone 1 specifically. And for me personally, I like that direction, because I do play a lot more tactical shooters, compared to playing the same arcadey Call of Duty game that everybody loves to play. So like Ready or Not is also another good example too. So in my opinion, like I said, it's going to the right direction, although a lot of hardcore Call of Duty fans are not liking it. For me, I like the direction, because it gives you some headroom in your head to see what's going on most of the time. Because you play Cold War, you play Vanguard, hell, even MW19, it can get pretty damn chaotic. It's to the point you can't really think much, because there's so many chaos, there's so many explosions, there's so many gunfire coming everywhere. In Modern Warfare 2, you can actually have some you can actually make decisions without worry about some guy juice up and freaking Mountain Dew freaking doing slides and freaking blast you in the corner. So yeah, it makes you a little bit more thoughtful. Definitely is a lot more of a chill experience. Although with the downside with this system, the campaign has increased drastically. It's to the point that to play the game, you just let them come to you. And the campaign in this game definitely went overboard, but it's just the gameplay by design, the way to design it. It is what it is. I personally don't like camping as much unless I absolutely have to defend the site. Then I have no choice. But me personally, I don't like camping. I like to keep on the move and try to hunt down enemies and try to cap in bases. You know me, I don't like to sit in one place, because one is boring as hell. Two, if I'm recording, I don't want people to see me camping in one spot and killing this guy, and keep camping the same spot, not trying to help my team try to cap bases and all that stuff. So That's why I don't like doing camping. But some game modes you're gonna have to camp regardless. Like especially search and destroy, you're gonna have to camp extremely hard on that because that's just the way it is. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's a pretty solid entry. The game, like the way the game looks, likewise looks pretty good. I would say it looks almost the same as MW19, if not a little bit better. Definitely a huge improvement over the lightning and and the shadows, and of course, I did talk about the water a lot, with the review event, but I'll be honest, the water is it's not bad at all either. So the waters definitely look pretty fantastic, very realistic too, especially when you do like the mines and you don't do it to the ground. It actually floats, and if boat goes over them, it blows up, and there you go. And certain weapons you can also shoot underwater, for example the Glock, but I'm pretty sure there will be some other weapons that you could probably shoot underwater as well. But yeah, the physics on a bit underwater specifically looks pretty fantastic. Like when explosions blows up, you guys just see like a little small ripple effect happening along as well, and with the waves too, kind of affects your movements a little bit too. I would say the water system definitely looks fantastic. It works just as they advertise. But if you expected the game to look like Battlefield quality, yeah, tough cookies there. This game looks almost almost exactly like 2019. Only that like I say, shadows, lightning, water looks fantastic. And I think the big huge improvement that this game has made is probably the huge engine upgrades, real. Like I said, updated shadows, lighting for the graphics, but also in terms of the animation as well for your character models. Specifically the AIs too, that look pretty fantastic. If you play invasion mode, you can tell who's players and AI, because AI more the way to move and the way to communicate with other people, they definitely move more lifelike, a lot more human to say the least, compared to players running crack, freaking running, sprinting non-stop and all that stuff. So but that is definitely also a good way to tell who's the AI and who's a player, because let's be honest here that despite how good they look in terms of the animation for those AI, they are pretty stupid when it comes to engaging enemies, and they're not really useful. They're more like cannon fodder. So I'm hoping to improve the AI just a little bit to make them a little bit more of a threat, compared to making them more like cannon fodder, because I think the AI can definitely use some love and make them more engaging the enemy a lot more, rather than just standing there like all dumb and then they only shoot you like a few times and nothing happens. But overall though, the way that AI operates, I'm very impressed. Definitely bringing back a lot of Battlefield vibes for me, because I used to play a lot of Battlefield 2, Battlefield 1942. So I think this is Call of Duty ways of taking shots at Battlefield in a way, because Battlefield have lost their way a long time ago, but with a new leadership and in DICE, maybe Battlefield can make a comeback one day. I sure hope so, because I still like playing Battlefield, even 2042, despite the game's current state right now. It is a better state now, but it can still use a lot of work still, and more, and definitely more content, if anything as well. But again, those are two completely different games, the way to play. So I can't really compare them, at all, since Modern Warfare 2 is now out and plays a two completely different franchises that is catering towards, different player audience. So can't really compare them. We did talk about like how good the animation was. Let's talk about some of the addition to add as well. Like you can actually be able to hang out of cars, on vehicles, maybe tanks as well, and on walls as well. So which means you could be a sneaky monkey and just hang at the wall, and you'd be a whole bunch of squad will pass by you potentially, and that would leave you a potential, a huge potential of getting a drop on them as a surprise attack from behind. So pretty cool feature, but it's not just for show too. If you like jumping over rooftops and you try to jump on the ledge, your character will actually catch the ledge, and then you actually will hold on to it, and that will give an opportunity to either drop down or you can climb up, and it works pretty smoothly as well. Like it doesn't seem janky at all, and And overall, I think it's a pretty cool addition into the movement system as well, because in my opinion, the movement in this game is fluid. It's flawless. It's almost flawless, but it's not perfect, of course. But it's pretty fluid, despite the the lower movement speed. I still think it moves fairly pretty good, though. You can still do slide, but guns on the day of slide cancel. Freaking damn goodness! I hate that bullshit. So no more slide cancel. The downside with that is that you're gonna see a lot of people doing binding hops. So prepare for that. Pre-fire. Also, dolphin diving is back as well. It can be effective, but they did kind of nerf that a little bit too. So keep that in mind. People could be doing a lot of binding hoppings or dolphin diving. So keep in mind of that. And also regarding dolphin diving, the cool thing I like about that mechanic is that you can actually use that as an opportunity to jump over cover. So if you kind of pick up, in the crossfire in the middle of the open, you can just, see a window, go run to it, and just freaking dive through it, and you will actually dive through it, and it makes it really feel like you're playing a freaking Michael Bay movie at that point, because you got all these explosions, gunfire all at you, and then you jump through the window. And it's pretty fucking fantastic. Like I said. This game, I do like that they try to innovate this game, more, trying to, push Call of Duty to the limits, to the point it's a completely different game, compared to what it was before. So, like I said, I like the direction they're going for. They're definitely carrying towards the more of the tactical shooter. They want you to take it a little bit easy, not rushing too much. Take your time, scanning your surroundings, check your corners too, because like I said, the camping has increased drastically because of the way the gameplay is designed. So check your corners, check everything, check the rooftop, windows, everything, and take it easy if you can, because like I said,
I'm stuck on left shoulder.
I think patience is the key to victory for most of this game. So, like I said, just take your time. Don't rush out there too much. Do what you can, and just play the objective or take out all the baddies. Unfortunately, there's only a few weapons you can test out in this beta, but so far my favorite would have to be the G3556 and the Dual 8, as well as the M4. Those are probably my 3 favorite weapons in the game. Unfortunately, there are some guns you can unlock, but you can't unlock attachments for them, so I don't know why that's a thing, but it is very unfortunate. But with the full game coming out, I'm gonna be able to customize those guns like crazy. So can't wait for that. Speaking of customizing guns, I definitely dig in the new Gunsmith 2.0 and the way how they have the system where you unlock different weapon platforms, and some of those attachments are going to be usable across all the platforms as well. And I think that is a really neat feature, so that way you're not really focus on grinding that one weapon platform to like level 70, for example. In my opinion, I think the weapon grinding in MW2 is pretty grindy, and I don't like it, and that's why I kind of haven't unlocked almost all the attachments for most of the gun in that game, because it's just so grindy, even with the double XP event too. So I think this is a good intercept direction, and in grinding the weapon platform, and then getting all the attachment for that specific weapon platform too, so you can customize your gun essentially. And I really like how they implemented the customization in this game as well. Definitely going the right direction. Gunsmith 2.0 I will definitely be doing a lot of crazy building in this game when it comes out. Cannot wait for that. And let's talk about how the gunplay feels. For the most part, it feels pretty goddamn fantastic. I think it feels a whole lot better than 2019, especially Vanguard. I think the gunplay definitely pretty solid, especially when it comes to the weapons and the weapon sound and the overall sound design. Absolutely fantastic. The guns sound like they should be. They should sound menacing, intimidating. When you shoot that gun, you can feel that oomph, that bass inside your headset, knowing that you're firing a freaking lethal weapon at your enemy. I love that. The sound design in this game is fantastic. Every weapon has their own decisive sound, and when you go inside the buildings, the whole sound completely changes, and it gets absolutely fucking chaotic. And explosions sound pretty good as well. Like I said, sound design pretty damn top notch. Definitely, I think one of the best in the Call of Duty franchise.
Still alive?
And the game mode too, I'll say my favorite game mode will probably be Ground Wars, just because it plays like a traditional conquest game mode for Battlefield, and I do like playing, you know, large scale maps. Although I do really like playing Hardpoint as well. Hardpoint is a classic, you know, you gotta love it. And the new Dirt Person system is a bit strange, but I'm not against it. But it's definitely not gonna be my cup of tea to play every time. But I do like it how they implemented it. I think it works pretty well, but it still kind of works a little bit janky. To me, it feels like it plays more like SOCOM in a way, or Metal Gear Online if you play Metal Gear Online. So when you aim down a sight, it goes to like first person. So it kind of plays a little bit more like Metal Gear Online, but to me, it kind of also feels like you're playing SOCOM with the way, you know, the hip fire is like extremely strong in close range and all that stuff. But yeah, Dirt Person is interesting, but not my cup of tea though. I think I'll be playing a lot more of Domination, TDM, Hardpoint, Ground War especially, and I haven't checked out Hostage Rescue or Knockout, but I heard those modes are really good too, so I'm gonna have to give those a try when the game comes out. But overall, I do dig the new game, the game modes that they have to offer in the beta. You know, you got some classic ones, you got, you know, Ground War. I think is going in the right direction. Invasion, it's pretty much a massive scale TDM, 20v20, but with a mix of AI. Like, this is the game mode I think feels more like Battlefield, because Battlefield you go up against a lot of AI as well, and like I said, I think there's another way of Call of Duty taking shots at Battlefield, saying, "Hey, we can do shit that, you know, you can do as well, and we could do it better." So DICE needs to step the game up, you know, if they want to make 2042 better, and definitely on the new Battlefield title, they gotta knock it out of the park, or I hate to say it, but Battlefield might go down a toilet hole at that point. So we did talk about a lot of good things about it. Let's talk about some of the bad things about this game. I would say the net code for this game is definitely pretty unstable for the most part, especially in Ground War. If you play Ground War, there will be some times where the game will lag so bad that you won't be able to play the game at all. And some of the hit registration is a little bit wonky. Actually, it's not a little bit wonky, it's actually pretty wonky, especially for the shotgun too, and some of the DMR guns. Like, there'll be some questionable things where, you know, you look at the kill cam, right, and then you shoot them, and the crosshair is not exactly on you, but somehow I think it's kind of hit scan in my opinion. It kind of hit scan in my opinion. It kind of feels like it's hit scan, but you know, there'll be times I get my brains blown up, and when they shoot, it's not even close to my face. It's like right here, but it still counts as the hit marker, and that counts as the headshot. So I think the hit registration definitely needs to be ironed out in this game, because right now it's a little bit wonky. They definitely need to iron out some of the netcode issue and server stability as well, because oh boy, man, when it gets laggy, it gets freaking laggy if you're playing Ground War or any other multiplayer match. It gets pretty bad, so they definitely got to change that, and I'll fix that pronto. Optimization for the most part feels fine for me. Might be getting like around maybe 90-80 frames tops, but it could definitely use a little bit more optimization. There was some weird flickering light, you know, issues going on in the beta as well as view distance looking pretty bad, but again, it's a beta. Hopefully they'll be able to fix that. And there's also a perk too that I want to say they should take out is Survivor, which is essentially last stand from the older COD games. Just get rid of that. It's pretty damn annoying knowing that you shoot that guy, but he doesn't die right off the bat, and that guy can potentially self-revive and then get a drop on you because you don't know if he's dead or not. Never liked that since COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 OG, so I don't know why they added that back in, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't like Last Stand. I will kind of prefer, if they're gonna bring it back, I kind of prefer the old system where you can actually shoot back with your pistol, but you can't even do that in this game. You have to just self-revive and that's it. And I don't know. Honestly, they need to take that out. The perk system is definitely work a whole lot different compared to, you know, previous COD game works. So pretty much it comes in the package. You get 2 base perks,
everywhere.
and then you get like a few perks that you earn throughout the as you play the game, and then you got an ultimate perk that that activates once you get to their point, and then it's a huge cooldown where you gotta get it back again. Me personally, I kind of don't like how the perk system works in this game. I kind of wish to kind of going back with the with the regular traditional perk system where you get to choose 3 perks and then you call it good. I don't know why they went with this route, but it is what it is. It is their game, and it is a beta, so subject is to change, but it don't change it. Oh well, we just gotta adapt and get used to it. But me personally, I don't like how the new perk system works, so it is what it is. Another minor gripe I want to talk about: M16, absolutely dog shit. I don't know why they made this gun worse than it was in Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2 OG, because that gun was an absolute beast. In this game, you gotta waste at least maybe 2 to 3 bursts to kill one guy, and unacceptable, extremely unacceptable. They gotta tweak the M16 to make it a lot more viable weapon, because right now the M16 just absolutely suck ass. And another thing I hate, which I did mention before, is bunny hopping. The bunny hopping has gone completely out of control in this game. I think Infinity Ward definitely needs a trick when it comes to the jumping system in this game, because I think people are taking way too much advantage of it, because you can still aim down sight and you can still hip fire, so when you're doing those type of jump. So what they should do is make the jumping a little bit more, when you like do a jump, you have your gun out, and then make it a little bit, if not longer, if you have a gun out. If it's a sidearm, it's going to be quick, of course, but you have a rifle or any fully sized weapon, they should get punished for try to do those type of maneuver. But again, I'm not making the game, but that's just my opinion too. But me personally, I don't like the bunny hopping, because it gets pretty freaking ridiculous and get pretty goddamn frustrating as well, considering that they could just easily jump over the corner, jump in the corner, just ba 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 ba. It has always been in other card games, but they've been doing a lot lately because slide cancel's gone, so that's the only way for the tryhards, to get their game up. I don't know. Me personally, I don't like that. They need to fix that, pronto. I'm also a little bit concerned too of the features of this game too. Right now the current changes is nice, but in terms of long term, are they going to be able to maintain that same gameplay mechanics since that launch? Most likely not, but I'm hoping it's going to be for the better, not for the worse, because we know COD likes to shake up the meta quite a bit, change a few balance here and there, to the point the game plays completely different. Like, again, time will tell as we get a handle of this, but I'm very concerned and also hopeful that this game is going to knock it out of the park, and I have a feeling it will, especially with the campaign. Absolutely looking for the campaign, because I think the campaign is going to be fantastic. And Spec Ops co-op mode could potentially be good. Hopefully it doesn't suck like MW2's co-op mode, because in my opinion that mode is pretty goddamn poopy, and you should avoid it unless you want to grind shit, like weapons, attachments, and all that stuff. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it here for now. For my overall impressions on Modern Warfare 2 Open Beta. Overall, I had an enjoyable experience with the beta. I like how the direction they're going for this. I like how it feels. I like how it plays for the most part, and I think it's a pretty solid game for the Call of Duty franchise, and I think it's gonna be a big hit. But they definitely need to iron out some of those issues I mentioned before, especially with the stability on the server as well, because if the server poops out, well, everybody's going to get affected by it too. Try to nerf the jumping mechanics so that way people are doing less bunny hopping, get rid of last stand perk, optimize the game a bit as well, make the game, render stuff a little bit better. There's a lot of things that could improve this game overall, and I think Infinity Ward can pull it off. But overall though, I did enjoy it. If you like Modern Warfare 2019, you probably gonna like this game more than Vanguard and Black Ops Cold War, or it depends on you and how you feel about the game. Again, like I said, this is going into the right direction. I will definitely be checking this game out once it comes out fully, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to the campaign playthrough as well as multiplayer as well. But overall though, I am very hopeful with this game, but you know, I don't want to have my expectations too high because this game can potentially absolutely be a disaster in launch too. So I just gotta keep an eye on this game. Hopefully it's good. And overall, yeah, I'm gonna end here for now. I'm gonna try to keep it nice and short and sweet. Yes, Modern Warfare 2, I recommend it. Should you check it out? You know, it's up to you. I am definitely gonna be checking the game out once it comes out, and I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna end the video here for now. And if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you guys didn't, then hit the dislike button. It's up to you. And leave you guys' thoughts in the comments down below. How you guys feel about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Open Beta. Do you guys hate it? Do you guys love it? And what kind of changes that you guys want back, you know, in terms of, you know, the stuff that they're already taking out and stuff that they could probably add to, you know, shake up the game's meta and gameplay. Let me know in the comments down below because I'm really curious of what you guys think. I know a lot of hardcore Call of Duty fans, and the majority of the player base are upset of the new changes, but me, I'm looking forward to it. And if you want to keep playing Call of Duty, you know, they're gonna have to adapt and learn how to play the game, or just go back playing Warzone 1 and Modern Warfare 2019. But overall though, really good beta, I'd say. Definitely a much better experience compared to 2042. Game has a lot of potential, so I'm glad to say it. Infinity Ward, don't fuck it up. Seriously, don't fuck it up. You guys have a home run here. You got no competitions. Nail this shit into the park, because you guys got this. Get this shit done. And hopefully when the game launches, it doesn't launch as a buggy mess, but I highly doubt it. But Infinity Ward, keep up the good work, do your best, and as I said before, don't fuck it up. But other than that, guys, I got nothing else to say. Without further ado, I think it's time to head out. And until then, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.